We live, everybody. We live, everybody. What's up with it? What's up with it? This is your host, Ancestor, bringing it to you one more again. And we play the Wizards again. And they probably get this win, man. No, we can't go half step. Oh shit, we got a guest in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes. Yes. Oh goodness.
Hey, hey, hey.
What is up, Miss Lady? How are you?
Hi.
You see Batman on the building now. You know my Batman is up, right?
I see the Batman is up. Some things are the same, but some things are better. This is new. I like this setup.
I do too. I love your hair. Goodness.
Yeah.
Look at you. That big old.
Yeah, you're getting after work realness. So that's what you're getting.
Ain't nothing wrong with
I
that.
never do anything too fancy. You said there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, we're gonna go with that.
Oh no, at all. At least you out there. At least you out there get it in the mud. You feel me?
Exactly. Like literally with my sleeves rolled up. Like, let's go work.
That is what's up. So, how have you been doing?
All has been well. I've been really busy, like a good busy. I'm a creative intellectual. So, I'm not the type of artist that paints or dances or anything like that. I'm just kind of like intellectually creative, and my intellectual property is my ministry, if you will. But sometimes, like all artists, I just need to shut down and unplug from the world. Like I'm really sensitive to energy. So
You been getting bad vibes from people?
no, not bad vibes from people, fortunately, right? When you vibrate, you so it's not necessarily bad energy from people. It's just when you're in a creative zone, sometimes you just need to unplug from the world and just go forth and give birth and want, not on the way to giving birth, sort of nurture your art project, and you don't want outside energy, so you just kind of like shut in.
So in other words, you're pregnant. You're pregnated with your thoughts.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Perfect. There you go. Come on, still in sync. Come on.
Oh my God, it feels good
What
to
you
hear.
got going on, man?
I just been grinding. It snowed in Nashville about what? I want to say about a month ago.
And how? Yeah, of course. I was sending prayers in your direction when I saw that the weather was looking crazy around your way.
What you said? You hear me? I mean, I'm seeing cars slide at going 10 miles per hour doing donuts. You don't play with ice. You hear me?
It's like unimaginable. Like I can't even imagine it. I actually just can't even picture that. Like that's crazy. But I'm glad you and yours, all your loved ones, anybody you're concerned with, is everyone okay? Did everyone make it out okay?
Oh yeah. I just missed a week worth work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but
yeah.
I used 3 days of vacation.
Oh, right. Because it's not just missing work. You okay?
Yeah.
Missing money.
It kind of sucks sitting at home. Really, being stuck in the house and it's ice outside.
Yeah.
You have to really work on yourself during times like that.
Yeah. See, you have to go within. Yes.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. We gotta we gotta do our little sports thing, right?
Okay, we'll see. I'm stepping up a little bit. But
I ain't talked to you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. So they say one person cannot determine the outcome in football, but due to your circumstance, when you lost your offensive tackle and who else?
I can't even say. I haven't been keeping up for like over 2 months.
I'm talking about for the Super Bowl when y'all played Tampa Bay. They say one person. I think if they would have had that offensive, who was that offensive guard y'all missed because he got injured? You can't remember his name, can you?
No.
Yeah, man. It could have been a different game.
No, you don't. It's just like overload in my head, but it'll come to me. Keep talking.
Well, it seemed like Mahomes is, instead of sitting back in the pocket, it's like he was running for his life. And I'm like, that's not him. Usually they have plays that's meant for the run when you run outside the pocket, but they couldn't even organize that with that. I guess he was a third year player that took that guy's. I can't think of his name.
I can't either, but I'll tell you what, as you know, like, yeah, if your O-line breaks down, that's it. Like, that's for any quarterback, especially a quarterback like Mahomes, where that's his bread and butter, is his ability to
Yeah.
scramble out of the pocket. So if he's uncomfortable and you can see that he is uncomfortable, I mean, now you're just talking about no completions. You're talking about defensive breakdowns. You're talking about their line being able to read what you got going on. Yeah, it's not looking good for any of my teams.
Well, okay. Oh, let me ask you this then.
How the mighty have fallen.
Well,
What's his name?
due to the circumstances, as far as this COVID situation. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't that many people at the game. That many people at the Super Bowl, was it?
No, not that many. It wasn't full capacity. I won't say not that many, but it wasn't full stadium. Right.
Okay, so I gotta touch your buttons on this.
Uh-oh.
So it felt better last year when you won that thing against us, huh? Because the crowd was there, everybody was there, and y'all came back from 10 points down. And this little loss, I feel like the NBA championship. It was something, but it really wasn't nothing because it wasn't no travel and there wasn't that many people in the crowd. It doesn't feel organic.
Yeah, but you guys still technically had, crowd noise. I mean, it could have been a factor. You can't.
I'm not Tampa Bay. I'm San Fran. I'm not Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about our Super Bowl versus this loss. That loss really don't even really count because I say if you ain't got your full team at full capacity, to me, that's like, okay, look, let's put a prime example. The first 2 games of the season, we lost all our players, right or wrong. So how the hell can I, be real serious with the season?
You gotta be optimistic because like if you're in the sports, you know that it's always a point where the season starts and it goes on, and then there's trade deadlines. There's always a point, and then like across the sports seasons because of the COVID, like everything is different. Like across the sports, people have had either not a lot of time to train or too much time to train or unequal. So it's just a lot. Like I think this year you can't do like last year and look at your team and be like, oh, this person got hurt. Because as you know, we're making moves. We might be able to trade people. I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
Well,
the way you start the year, it does. Look at us. How we started the year, it's not how it's going right now. It's not how it's going right now. I'm switching over to basketball right now.
Oh, shit. Shit.
Football too, for that reason. But football too, for that reason. Like as you start losing players and your organization is trying to go in a different direction and it's not thinking about making moves, or you done already made a move last year and spent your money and you can't make moves.
Well, now me personally, I think if your team, if the Lakers, if they were to go say like 3-12 or 3-13 without LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
and if they don't have a good shot at winning it, I wouldn't bring them back. I won't bring Anthony Davis back. I will not bring LeBron back. I'll just wait till next season. It is a short season, right?
Period. And just basically give away the season like you seen like with Golden State do, until your players get healthy. I for sure and absolutely agree with that. For sure. You because that's what the problem is now. That's what I meant by the shortened off season. And so many things got canceled out because that's just not how these athletes, how their bodies are conditioned. And so you already have athletes who are already fragile, like AD is fragile anyway. But now you see that short off season is affecting good athletes like LeBron, who is durable. He's shown that he's durable over his years, but now even he's injured because his body's not used to playing, with that intensity of a playoff in the bubble and then 3 months off. No, like, no. But yeah, you're right. If he just bench him for the rest of the season and let both of them completely heal.
I would, like I said, look at my football season. We lost our entire team within two freaking games. 2 games.
Yeah.
So you got to know when to throw in the towel. But LeBron, I don't like LeBron. I'm very critical. You know how I feel. But I got to give him his props. He is very durable. Very.
Yeah.
I got to give. He is very durable.
Yeah, but I always hear that adjective being used about him, and I agree. That's why I used it, because I'm like, that's a perfect way to describe him. He is durable. Like, that's an intangible for an athlete, to be durable. Like, your body is your instrument. Yeah.
Yeah, and he trains a lot, but when I seen that guy he didn't really go into him. He just really kind of went for the loose ball. But when you hustling, you don't think about going to get the ball. Real talk, especially going down low, you really don't think about that. But I seen how his knee.
You don't, because I think that it just totally matters, like, in context. Like, if you diving for the ball because the game is close,
hell yeah.
But if you're diving for the ball and there's no need for you to dive for the ball, and you know that you could come into contact, really, I don't know.
But you know what? I hear a lot of people who said that. But my thing is, I said, shit, look at Charles Oakley, how they used to dive and shit back in the day. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, but that's his reputation as well. Like, but Oakley has the reputation of a bruiser, of bully ball, does he not?
Yes, he did.
So that's what I'm saying. So was that hit? I don't think it was done with malice, but it was unnecessary. Like, it's not like, you can't just say, like, I'm being a high level athlete and I'm just hustling to the end. Like, no, you're not. This is not Rutgers. Like, you understand that you're on the NBA floor, you're down 30. You don't need to dive for the ball like that. You don't need to do that.
No, no, you don't.
Like, it ain't that time for you to be like, oh man, I just played my hardest. Like,
but did you see Rondo go to the Clippers?
It broke my heart. Yes. See, I told you I had been checked out of sports, really, and I really have since December. I told you that I just need to be on the inside and everything like that. But I did. But when I did check in, that was today. No, I got that news today. I just heard that today. As a matter of fact, I was so sad. He went to the Hawks, right?
Yeah. Look. Because
no. Lemon Pepper went to the Hawks. Sorry.
Lemon Pepper went to the Hawks, and Rondo got. So it was
such a good deal for both of them. That's what I'm talking about. Like, the off-season moves. That's why, like, I'm saying, with your football team, they had an opportunity. That's your organization being shitty. They had an opportunity to see, since we have these injuries, look at our bench, especially for football, where your roster is 60 people. You need to have people lined up, and you have deadlines coming, so you know to switch players. So anyway, with them making this move before the trade deadline, that shit is such a sweet deal for Atlanta. Like, he'll do good there. Lemon Pepper will do good there. He fits in with the culture. He fits in with the team. He'll do good there. And Rondo, for the Clippers, they needed a leader. Like, that's the only thing they don't have. And I'm legitimately very sad. Like, legitimately.
Yeah, because
he's a good fit for the Clippers. I'm not even gonna front. Like, he's just a good fit.
That's cool and all, but I love Denver's acquisitions. They got Aaron Gordon and JaVale McGee. Come on, man.
Yeah, especially with McGee. I'm salty that we had to let him go, but we still never figured out we never figured out that the five. We never figured out, that type of a game. And you see, we struggle with it every night. Now that AD is out, Trez is amazing. Like, I love him. If they keep talking about trading him, I'm really gonna put the Lakers on timeout for, like, I don't even know, like maybe like half of a season, just something serious.
Now, let me
Because
ask you
I love
this.
Trez because he has heart that we need on our team.
Let me ask you this.
But
Now, they say he's a defensive liability. Now, do you think he need to go at the three position right now?
you say
This
who?
current,
They say
a lot of people
no.
said
Run
he's
that back by me. Who's a defensive liability? Run that back.
my Harold, Trez Harold, right?
Go deeper. I need you to go deeper. When these analysts are saying that, what are the examples that they're saying
Okay,
that he's
okay. As far as a big
liability?
man, as far as a big man, somebody's like 6'10" or 6'11", almost 7 foot, because they got him playing at the power forward. I was
Right.
going to ask you, would he be more beneficial if he was like to play the three and work on his shot, and with this lineup currently that what they got right now without Anthony Davis or LeBron.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean. We're struggling with what we have. Even with him sliding back and forth from 3 to 4, it's all because we have such a weak five. So the 3 and 4 sliding back and forth, and his effectiveness is not just like because we need to score in the paint. That's why I'm trying to say defensive liability. His value is his defense. Whereas he may be a mismatch with taller, but we need his defense. We need his rebounding, period, because we have such weak five position and we have no paint. That's what the league is now. Everything is paint or they're taking a three.
I
So
know, man.
I
hate that shit.
I think if he slides to, I think we need him to do exactly what he does, which is come off the bench, maybe slide down to small forward, but stay at power forward depending on the matchup. But our bench is otherwise lacking. AD is like an iPhone, just fragile as fuck. Like, if you drop it, you're just sitting there like, like, oh shit, this shit is done. So. And then, and so back to McGee, I feel like, that's so smart. Like, they just filled in the gaps that they needed and got better. That was a smart acquisition too. Everybody's making moves, but
well, we didn't make any moves. On who did we let go of? We traded Austin
but
Rivers.
Joey is not my
We
weakness.
traded
I
Austin
don't care
Rivers.
about the Knicks.
Who the fuck is he? And got somebody else from Oklahoma. I didn't even look at the rest of it because I was thinking to get Rondo. I seen it on my. You know how do you get your alerts, your notifications? I said it said breaking news. Rajon Rondo is going to. It didn't go all the way across my screen, right? I'm like, oh shit! It may be the Knicks. It may be the Knicks. It may be the Knicks. Motherfucking Clippers.
Yeah, that was nice for them.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's wild. So let me ask you this now. We finna change gears.
All right.
So what you think about your boy Kevin Samuels?
First of all, I didn't know who he was until you taught me who he was, and you said, sis, go check him out. And I did my due diligence because I have an opinion about everything, but I like to have an informed opinion, so I wanted to check him out for myself.
Oh yeah, because you come left field. You come left field like a motherfucker. You come off. You'll hit a motherfucker left field like a left hook. So you open up everything. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine what the hell kind of questions you got for him.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't have any questions for him. That's my point. Like, I don't know about that because I don't dislike him, and I also don't disagree with what he's saying, but I feel like his position can be eliminated. And I feel like what he's doing is harmful to society. So I have unpopular opinions all the way around. So how's that for left field? I don't want to ask him anything except for why are you doing this? And is this the work of the Lord? I don't think it is. Like, I don't see how you're helping. You're hurting. Everyone knows that. Little kids understand that if you are not helping me, by that very definition, you're hurting me. So for me to call and ask about relationship advice or like black love or, partnership or just hypergamy, like I'm interested in being married, it would assume that I feel that his pathway, though very valid and probably successful, he sends women along, a particular pathway that is successful and will lead to hypergamy. But do we as Black people want to be adjusted and well adjusted in a sick society? And should you
Mm,
be teaching us how to mate in a European way in a
mm.
in a racist society? No, you should not.
Boy, if I had a
So
4.5, I'd
that's
shoot
what
that
I mean
motherfucker, boy.
by I don't have anything to ask you because you're leading the people, you're leading the sheep to slaughter. Period. And that's where the conversation ends for me. But for a lot of the stuff that he's saying, I'm like nodding my head, and some of them are difficult truths. But I agree with a lot of what he says because it's common sense. But I like all the controversy and how the women are like, I'm a 10, no, I'm a 5, or I'm high value, no, I'm not. I like that honest conversation, but I feel like you're missing the obvious next step, which is to change. It's not about getting women to win in this game. You need to convince Black people the truth, which is this game was never designed for us. How did Africans fall in love before this shit? Let's go back to that.
Wow. that was that was off the chain, man. And I see a lot of women that call. Can you hear me?
Yeah. And
Okay.
now I can see you. Hey,
I,
how you doing?
um, I see a lot of women that call, and the first thing, if I hear out their mouth, they say, I feel
I
like,
feel
I feel."
I
I'm like,
feel
"Oh God,
like
here it go, here it
yeah.
go." And that statistic, I had to go back and look at it too, and it's sad. And you keep yourself in shape, looking good, eating good, probably. I already know, you know what I'm saying? But they say 80% of our women are overweight. Can
Okay.
you believe? I mean, and the things that they ingest, and we do not work on our wellness. We don't
Right.
work on mental health. Yes, we need that. And he kind of target all those areas too in some of his lectures. Well, not his lectures, but his phone calls. They just do like snips and bits out, like the 11-minute ones. You can hear like certain calls. But at least if you listen to
Mm-hmm.
his whole segment, he touch a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. 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 That's what I mean by I don't disagree with anything that he's saying. I don't think that he gives bad advice. I think that that's good advice to tell any human, whether they're trying to date for fun, date to be married, or just live. You need to take care of your temple. This is the body that we have. That's just good human advice. But what I mean is when you put the onus on a woman in terms of, well, actually no, like I said, I really don't disagree with it. I agree. I think about like all the time just in a partnership, not so much like I want to look a certain way to appeal to my partner, but I do think about stuff like if I haven't gotten dressed and it's like 11 o'clock, I do think about stuff like nobody, I don't want to stare at him in his pajamas. He doesn't want to stare at me in my bonnet. Let me go bang some pots around and put on something tight fitting, and make it the experience of day to day with the same person. Make it fun, play a game, leave a little note, and keep yourself together. That actually is just good advice. It is good advice. But, it's like, are we doing that, for a man? But he doesn't say that. He does just say, thinking about, your own health and your longevity to partner with someone who wants to have kids. And I can tell you, I have heard him say this about older women, especially, and he ain't told no lies. When you wait late in life, trying to have it all, and then have that baby late, and the toll that it takes on your body, he has not told any lies, ladies. We know that, but it's the same thing. Like in finding a partner, like you can't drink a liter of soda every day, because you're not going to leave me with the kids because you got heart problems. So that's just, again, something that all couples need to hear, not to attract a person, but as a healthy partnership. Right.
Wow. Now see, when they see this video, they're gonna be like, man, how's the call? Whoever this woman you got on here, man, she showed you elevate your game up 1,000%. It
I
takes
don't
the
know
touch
about
of
all
a
that,
woman.
but
You hear
I
me?
have missed the chit chat. I have missed cooking in the kitchen, so I'm just glad we had a chance to make it happen today.
All righty, we finna go into second gear. What you think about Derek Jackson?
I see no problems with it. Again, unpopular opinion. What I really think is that when people watch anything with me in it, they think, "But that girl's so smart, but she is dumb." Because I always see both sides. Unpopular opinion. I don't see what the big deal is. I don't.
No. Okay,
I
okay,
don't see
okay,
what
okay.
the
Hold
big
on.
deal is. Like I told you how I feel about
Yeah,
the fidelity
you
thing.
open mind. That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't think it's
You
the deal
open mind.
breaker. Yeah, it's not the
Yeah.
deal breaker. You being stepping out of your marriage is not the deal breaker. And that's what I'm trying to say to Kevin. Stop telling these black women, or tell them, in addition to this is how you get married, this is why you should get married. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if we could just massage the mind. I see no problem with her sitting unbothered, because, like, what do you want? A cookie? Do you want a prize for telling me that you're sleeping with my husband? Like, so what's next? You sleeping with my husband and you want to take my spot? You're sleeping with my husband and here go my income, because we now have 3 incomes and we finna do this together. You sleeping with my husband, and I mean, I just don't understand your point, because I feel as if we could just all be realistic and again back about, like, before we were introduced to this Western idea of marriage, how did Africans fall in love, mate, and move through society and move through their days? And let's get back to that. Because I see no problem with, okay, so what? He gives advice. Men, men are dogs, men ain't shit. That's true. Y'all aren't. Some women ain't shit, some men are shit. Okay, so what? And then now everybody's supposed to be in a big uproar because he cheated on his wife. Guess what? Men cheat, women cheat, often with each other, and sometimes not. It just is what it is. But you're not getting married to own somebody. You're not getting married to possess someone. You're not getting married so that they can never, ever turn their head to the left, to the right. You should be getting married for other reasons. Then maybe your marriage would be a healthy marriage, and you won't have such possession issues that you have to possess somebody. I'm like her, and I'm like her. Like, honestly, like, what are you telling me this for? Let me know what my next move. Are you coming to destroy or build? Like, what are you saying?
Ooh.
What are
See,
you saying to me?
that last video you did when we talked about, maybe being attractive, you find other people attractive sexually, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, females didn't like it.
I know, but I told
Oh
you I
my
have to be true
God.
to myself. I know it's an unpopular opinion. That's why I always preface it with, I am aware of the fact that I'm thinking away from what's popular to think. But it's okay to introduce a different thought. I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying other people are wrong. I'm just introducing, to quote you, this is how I feel. This is my opinion. This is just what I think. And I'm just only one person. It's just me. But, I feel as if you want to change the narrative, you at least have to introduce it to the universe. Someone else must think the way that I think.
Mm-hmm. But
Because
see,
there's no point in a Kevin Samuels if people are unrealistic about marriage. What is the point of teaching these men and these women how to get together if you sitting up now in a marriage like, oh, I did it. I followed the steps. I got a high value man. And now for the next 20, 30, 40 years, everything is cool. But if, you see that condition, but
that
if you
conjunction.
do this, everything we built, everything I felt, everything goes out the window. That's crazy. It's ludicrous. It's preposterous. I can't even get the word out good, just because that's just ridiculous. So that's what I mean also with Kevin Samuel's whole premise being hypergamy, that women want to be married. We have to open up the door that there's a category of women who say they don't want to be married, but they secretly do. But then there's also a category of evolved humans that want to be in a partnership, but understand that the way marriage is currently practiced is a scam and not beneficial for Black women and Black people. But since I'm a Black woman, it's really not beneficial for us. That doesn't mean that his advice isn't relevant, but don't push our people to marriage. Don't push us to more paperwork in the system. You can't get on one, video YouTube
I
class
feel that.
and hear information about we need to unplug from the system. We need to be independent. And then on another channel, this is how marriage is a government certificate. That's you file your taxes a certain way. You moving through life in a way that is directly connected to the government. You put the government in your relationship when you get married. Period.
Like
So I
child
just want
support.
to, with child support and all of that. So
Yeah,
I just want
you
to
putting them
take a
folks in
step
your
back.
business.
If we're gonna grow as a people, is marriage the goal?
Yeah.
But all the other shit you're saying is true about women keep it together and going for the PhD and going for your career. All of that is very true. All of that is true. Statistics and numbers, and there's more women and men. And if the man makes this much, and women make more, then why do you want the 1% of men? Like, what's wrong with you mentally that you've let Europeans convince you that in order for a man to have value, that's got to come with money? Like, what's wrong with us? So I'm not saying that what he's saying is incorrect. I just feel like don't give sheep directions to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, I'm not with the
Don't
European.
give me
I
very
work
good
with them.
directions to my
I
dad.
work with them. I don't hold hands. And I know we got to work together or whatever. But the European mindset, like you said, marriage, everything else, the ideas, the ideology, everything, spirituality. No, I don't want to know anything about Zeus. I don't want to know anything about y'all stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, you should.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
wait a minute.
but
I'm gonna stop.
I
I'm gonna
want
interrupt you now.
to
Well,
be
you
black
should
first.
but the only reason why I say that is because at some point we will have to tell the truth about there is an original story. There is an original people, and there was a scatter that happened. So when you say things like Zeus or Greek, mythology, or all of the stuff that they supposedly invented, can we just acknowledge and say it's not wrong to study Greek mythology? Because who you think they got it from? So in me learning about Zeus, in me learning about Western zodiac, it's not that I'm exalting their culture. I'm saying I need to examine it because I know that you sat at the knee of an African to learn it wrong because they got everything wrong and inverted, but it has value because I know you didn't make it up and I know you got it from an original source. So I'm not going to throw it away. And I'm also not here to say everything European is bad. What I am saying is I'm an African and not a European, just like a fish is a fish and a human is a human. I'm not saying air is bad, but I bet you for a fish, air is not that hot. You understand what I'm saying? I bet you the fish is
Yeah,
like, air is not
yeah.
hot. So as an African, the way Europeans do shit, it's not working for me. That's all that I'm saying. And that doesn't require us to put other people down and to build us up. It just requires truth and common sense. Like I'm an African and I need to do African things because for hundreds of years, my people have not succeeded doing it your way.
Yeah, and when you throw that mirror up, once you threw you reflected yourself, once you open yourself up and give them their mirror, some can't smoke that blunt.
Mm.
Like I said, I can work around them, but when this thing right here, when you tell the truth on some things, it makes people feel a certain type of way, black or white. Because some black people don't want you telling truth.
Right.
You hear me?
I do. Well,
Ooh,
and there
wee.
needs to be a space for them as well. Like, that's okay. There needs to be a space for Black Americans who want to assimilate into American culture. We do not get to throw away people because they don't want to have the same experience in life as us. It's okay for you to want to be independently recognized as African Black, but it's also okay for some Black people to no longer want to be African. It's okay for them to just want to be American.
But you
You
know
got to let
what?
people do
Us
what they're going to
Africans
do.
ain't the same.
What?
You think us and Africans are the same? Man, they don't. Man, listen here.
Yes,
I
I
know
do.
from the experience I done had
It may
from
take
being
some
in the
time to
Navy,
convince you all.
going all
It
over the
may take some
world.
time to convince you all. It may take some time to convince you all because I know that we have our ADOS gang and we got the FBA
Yeah,
gang,
yeah,
we
yeah.
got the Pan African gang, and it may take some time to convince you all. But absolutely, yeah, absolutely, African of the original African. Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
I mean, but it's like,
We are Africans in America.
yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
okay. For the ones who was already over here that didn't ask to come over here, like the majority of them that asking to come over here, they look down on us. You know, like
But
that. The,
but that is very true. But that's not something that means because Jamaicans, because Nigerians look down on Africans in America that are descendants of slaves, we should separate.
no, but it's just like,
That's not a logical conclusion. The logical conclusion is that's a problem. That's not cool, and we need to come together so that we can fight external sources. But all we're doing is the work of our enemy, the work of our master who has sorted us. So as long as we're willing to continue to speak from different areas, I'm this and I'm that, then their whiteness and superiority is allowed to exist. It may take some time for all of us to understand in order for white people to be white, black people have to be black. So it's almost like we have to give up claiming black in order for us to get white people to understand that imaginary superiority shit based on race and social construct, it's not cool anymore. No one wants to participate. But as long as black people themselves sort themselves, I'm this, I'm that, then they're already winning. They're already winning. And they're doing the opposite. They're seeing that our numbers are dwindling, right? Like black people, black Americans, Africans, and Americans that are descendant of kidnapped slaves, our numbers are dwindling. Other populations of Africans, whether they're Africans in Central or South America, they're reproducing. We know our European cousins, I don't know if they're brothers and sisters, but cousins, however they're related to us, their numbers are dwindling. So they've been adopting people into the white culture. That's how you get, oh, no, the Irish are white. No. The Scottish are white. No. Italian are white because their numbers are dwindling. So they're very happy to let us sit back and say, yeah, you goddamn right. You're not African. No, in Brazil, y'all not African. Because then if we would open our eyes and understand we're the global majority and literally every continent is some black native people, we're the majority, then this nightmare that we're in would end quicker. Because all we have to do is we're the majority. All we have to do is just stop playing this stupid game. Like I'm not playing with I don't want to do this anymore. It's been fun, but not really. So that's all I'm saying. It's an argument that doesn't need to happen. I get the argument. Yes, we need some special distinction as descendants of slaves, especially when it comes to money. But at that same token, we need to help the Haitians get reparation from their oppressors. We need to help Africans in Mexico, who we like to call Mexicans, but they're just Africans who were conquered by Spanish people. Hello. We need to help them get reparations from their colonizers, the Spanish. But that's not my fight. Let's focus on what we're focused on. But yes, absolutely. We are black people. We're Africans. If you're African, you're African. And if you ain't, you used to be African and something happened in the scatter and we're still trying to figure it out. But yeah, stop separating yourself. You're African. You just are you're African in a different way, right? Some of us are migrated freely, some of us did not. But oh yes, we are all African.
my thing is, I wish they would treat us like that. We had a good brotherhood around here. I wish they would.
Who? What's
I
that?
don't get none of that love from them. Real talk, and it's like,
I don't
damn,
either.
bro, I'm
But
trying to get
listen,
with you.
I don't
I'm like,
either. That's what I'm saying. I'm not denying that there are problems because of racism, period. It causes somebody to be at the bottom. Somebody needs to be at the bottom. Unfortunately, Black Americans are at the short end of the stick for y'all are at the low base of the pyramid. We're going to exploit your labor. So I get it. I wish that our Jamaican cousins, our Haitian cousins, I wish that, you know, Honduran, all of them, I wish that they would want to be African and come and fight together. But the fact that they look down on us doesn't mean that I don't see them as value, and that I am not going to put my energy in unifying, because that's how we topple the system, by stop being separate.
Damn right.
Like,
Damn right
instead
on
of,
that.
you know, 10 of you and 20 of you, no, there's 100 of us and 10 of you. The fact that we keep categorizing ourselves, the reason now we can't get people out of Africa. We can't get people to stop raping Africa for minerals and everything else buried in the soil. Because this country is separate from that country, is separate from this country, is separate from that country. That's Africa. And it's not even really Africa, because a white person came up with that name. That's the motherland.
Yeah, I mean, look how many countries
your home.
they have in
That's
Africa.
And America's our home too. I'm with you. I'm with the FBA on that. All of this is ours because we are African. There is nothing on this planet, the third rock from the sun, that is not of African origin. We are the original people. Everything else is the result of a scatter and some old weird shit with the Northern Lights. I told you I'm figuring it out. But I don't have it like all together.
And you know this? They don't have the birth record for us. They can't even find the origin of black
because
people.
Our oldest ancestor is God. That's why.
I mean, what's it? Zendonia? No, was it Zenzippus? I think he was like what, 4 million years old.
Our oldest ancestor.
And you had that movie. You remember that movie, Lucy?
Yeah, the first.
That was based upon the black
first human.
The fossil that they found back in the day. And she had a daddy.
Oh, that movie.
It was like past like what, 7 million years?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I like that.
Look how long we've been here.
That's how long we've been here. Maybe because, you know, recorded history, we can't trust recorded history. Going back to Greek Zeus, when they started recording history, they also started rewriting history. You understand?
Once again,
they also started rewriting it. So this is just what we think and what we know. One thing is for sure, though, our oldest ancestor is for sure God. For sure.
God damn, Joy, you are so good for the mind. Because you have a motherfucker racing left and right. Be like, huh? What the hell is he talking about?
Women, don't be so mad at me, because women, we need to come together, and I am for you all. I know y'all be mad at me, but you could just also teach me and talk to me back and disagree with me and teach me a thing or two. I don't know everything, you know, but don't be mad at me, because
when I say she's open-minded, hey, it is what it is.
I just have one opinion. It's just one opinion.
You ruffle some feathers. You hear me?
What else do you have for us? Because
all right, what do you think about? I know. Did you hear the headline about the white the headmaster at this Catholic church made this black boy bow and said it was the African way? Did you see that?
I did.
Man, listen here. See what it is. Ain't no man in her house. Because the mother did the interview. I didn't see anything about the man saying anything. See, dad would have been up in that ass.
Right.
Dad would have been in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And in the house unless he what, like 6 figures.
You would have, man. You would have. You had all type of words for Mister
paying bills, right? They don't have a value. It's like, this is a perfect example of, if there was a man in the house, it might not have gone that way. I think that's such a perfect example of
that. Listen. You make my son bow to you.
And also
bow and say it's the African way. Well, I'm finna show you the Negro way in the hells of North America right now.
That's what you would have come back up to the school. That's what you would have said. Let me show you.
I would have been in jail. See, I have to admit, I had a mixed martial art teacher. And he was a Marine, and he was white. He was Irish. So you know the motherfucker was crazy. And it's like with each move, he would show me how to
Come
kill.
on, Celtic pride.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I like their
Well, I'm
culture.
telling
I'm
you,
very
man,
serious. It's
this
one of my
dude,
favorite cultures. Yes.
he came like a thief in the night. And his training, I know I would have killed dude. I would have killed him. Serious, man, listen. Halfway killed him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on now. I can
But you
imagine if
know
I had a
what?
girl. Oh,
But you
Lord have
know.
mercy.
But you know
Lord have.
what?
If I had a girl,
Oh, yeah.
crazy in the motherfucker,
It's
boy.
disgusting. Yeah. It
Mm,
reminds
mm.
me of something I heard. They were talking about whether or not we should homeschool our kids and the problem of education in America. And the big problem is it's like when, like, if you think about Nazi Germany, it would be like after the Holocaust, um, if the Nazis said, all right, now we're going to have school, all Jewish kids come on and attend, and we're going to create your curriculum and teach your classes. We already know that would never have happened. The Jewish community as a people it would be nonsensical. No. So why do we, as Africans trapped in America that were brought here involuntarily, why do we allow our captors
Teach time.
to write
Woo.
the curriculum, to teach the curriculum, and expect anything other than what happened to that little boy to happen? Why do we expect that? And I'm asking that as an educator. I am not in the classroom right now, but when you're an educator, you're a lifelong learner, a lifelong educator. I'm asking for real because, I care about the education system. But what makes us think any other outcome is possible if we let our captors, our abusers, and our oppressors educate us? What are they supposed to do?
Now, my son go to the best school. He goes to Harvard. He goes to Yale. He goes to Morehouse.
It's a fine
Come on,
institution, but
man.
it's like how I said for marriage. It's not a problem. It's just not for an African. It's like, yeah, Harvard probably is a fine institution, but not for an African.
No, not too many people see. I just learned about small things that they don't teach us. They teach us to brush our teeth, fluoride toothpaste, Colgate, Crest, and whatnot. And a person from the West Africa told me they used to use charcoal.
Yeah, or
And
sticks.
then,
Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to say about, I
yeah,
don't dismiss anything Western or European. You need to look at it so that you can just like overcome almost the negligence of letting Western ideals take a hold of the world. Like not only in African civilizations do they not brush their teeth in this very weird way. They use like you said, charcoal, but also those sticks that you just chew on the stick and it naturally polishes the teeth and gets the food out, which is what you need to do when you're
really,
cleaning and caring for your teeth. But once again, we keep trying to take directions from people who sat at our knee and then learned the shit wrong. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so they're trying to tell us how to brush their teeth, but when we came and encountered you, y'all didn't have no teeth. Y'all had brown, rotten teeth. So we taught you guys how to take care of yourselves. And now you trying to, like, 1,000 years later, tell me to brush my teeth when I taught you how to take care of your teeth. Because when I met you, you didn't have no teeth in the cave. They was falling out. Remember, you couldn't figure it out. You couldn't even digest meat because your teeth had a problem. You don't remember that? Oh,
oh
now
my
you trying to tell
God,
me to brush my teeth. Oh, now you want to sell me a toothbrush and put fluoride in it. That's interesting. So that's what I mean by, let's all just remember how did the Africans do it? Let's try to bring that back into our lives, because I'm not saying what they got going is wrong. I'm just saying it may not be for an African. Where did they get that information, and did they get it right? Most of the time, no. We know where you got the information. You came over. We had the libraries. We had the schools. We were very nice. We taught you all this shit, and then y'all got a bunch of shit wrong. So you have to not only like unlearn what they're teaching you, but relearn what you never were taught as an African. It's another reason to stop separating yourself. We do have a distinct culture and language as Americans, African Americans who come from that experience of slavery. Yes, we do have a distinctive culture, but we are one. And what's good for one African is good for all Africans.
She go, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, there she go. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, California is hot. Y'all are mighty hot. Now, your boy, I've been watching my series Snowfall. I love me some Snowfall. That's my shit. That is my
That's
shit. You hear
so
me?
good. You are not telling any lies. I cannot detect not one. Yes, that show is so good. We get our life. We like that show. Yeah.
But
I
why
mean,
your
it's
boy?
getting a little silly. Like you could tell that the writers right now do not have LA all together. Like a couple of scenes that they try to say were like an area of the city called Gardena. If you're from LA, you're like, that's not Gardena. But other than that, it's real cool. I love it. I love the costumes, the plot, the storyline. It's just a good show, as you know. It's just a good show.
But yeah, but why your boy NBA young boy try to beat Franklin in California, Los Angeles? Man, listen here, man. Dude, you are being chased by the feds, by the not the local police or Deputy Barney Fife or whoever. And nigga, you get out of the car, you start running. You started running. They really could have busted at your ass and said you fired back because you got out your car. But you a superstar, they gonna, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna make sure you get took care of, but they could have busted your ass. You know what I'm saying? What the hell is up with these young rappers? I know what it is. They don't have no father in the house because a lot of them are disrespectful.
Yeah.
Cannot take any constructive criticism. Don't have no grind and no respect. But how can I blame them if they don't have no teacher?
But the biggest issue to me, like hands down, you're absolutely right. I think kids can turn out well in single family homes, but I know people manipulate the studies. They can argue with data for either way. I absolutely 100% agree. That a father is impactful in the home. You want to try to keep that together, like for sure, for sure. To me, the scariest thing is why do the same type of people get promoted to a place of prominence where they have influence, where they have the illusion of wealth, in the ear of the youth? Why does the same type of non-logical, not smart, not strategic, stereotypical, I only care about money, I don't care about the advancement of my people, I don't respect women, I don't respect Black women, why does that same type of rapper over and over again get the shot when it's a lot of fatherless homes, but it's also some kids with a good head on their shoulder? It's a lot of kids who have musical ability. I'm telling you, from coming into the classroom, everybody knows that the desk is just an opportunity for a beat. So we're all rapping, we're all talented. Why do some of us get pulled up? Because that's the bigger question. Like, you're wanting this person to show and model how to be ignorant and how to throw away money. That to me is a bigger issue than where are all the dads.
Well, you did say it, that we are dwindling in high numbers, and the people that's over the industry, they making sure that stat is 100%.
I can't help but to come to that conclusion. I believe that. I know people don't want to talk about that there is an agenda. It's like, no, there's no agenda, da da da. But how can you look at data and say, I know numbers do lie, and I know people can argue for both, but I'm just saying, if just making up numbers, if there used to be 30 million of us and now there's 10 million, make it make sense. Where are we going?
The same way in hip hop. I mean, when was the last time you heard Kendrick Lamar?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then they're so quick to prop these little puppets up and get your kids interested, and that's what's cool, and I want that, and I want that. And then now they're just cycling them out, and not giving them any type of structure so that they're taking themselves out. They're not living in reality. They're trying to like be studio gangsters and then letting the hubris get to them and going to different cities. Like, it's unnatural, the life of a rapper, because you know, when you're from a hood, you may be able to move around your hood, but there's a thing that you do when you go out of town, and you may or may not know it. I don't know too much about it because, honey, I don't live that life. But the people have told me, when you're for the streets like that, you know, you have to check in. That's what they told me. That's what I heard. And so when you have like this weird thing of being a celebrity and you're like a studio gangster, and maybe you used to be a gangster, but you think you're still a gangster, even though now you're in the public eye, like NBA YoungBoy, it's like you can't do the things that you used to do. You can't move the way you used to move. You can't just walk into a city like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, it's just, it's like, come on, why do you keep picking the same type of person that will make the same mistake? It's on purpose. You want us to see over and over again ignorance. You want us to see young men being killed to desensitize us from just another dead rapper.
Wow, man, and it's a lot of them. Well, who was that?
Yeah, you can't even name their names anymore. They're not humans. They're not men. It's baby this, little baby this, young that. You'll name like 20 of them that have died over the last 3 years, and it's so many being sacrificed so that you're numb to it. I cannot tell you their names. These are people. You should know their names in memorial to say thank you for being an ancestor and to give them some credit, because they're helping all of us. But I can't even be like, yo, what's up to the ancestors? I don't know, little young whoop wop baby. I don't
You ain't
know. I
lying.
just know that they keep this a fucking appearing, and that's really sad.
You know, I miss Nipsey. I listen to Nipsey almost every other day. I fell in love with
Right.
dude when I heard Crenshaw. I think it was a sophomore album. I banged that motherfucker for like a year and a half. You hear me? That's the album that
Yeah.
Laura she bought for him like a hundred times. She bought it off online. She bought it 100 times. That was a sign for her hollering at him. I just hate that that happened to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You really do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sad. It's real sad.
Yeah.
So, what do you? What?
He was underrated too.
Oh man, listen here. To me, his
Like he
mainstream
actually
stuff is
was
good.
musically
As far
gifted,
as the
like a good rapper.
videos and the qualities, the cars or whatnot, that's fine. But you can see the hard work in his earlier album
Yeah.
because I think when he signed his deal, that's when he started doing that old, had that what did Lil Wayne be saying with
Commercial.
the auto tune. He started doing the old
Yeah.
auto tune shit. And he realized that wasn't working.
Yeah.
So
And that he didn't need it. Because I mean, because you have to decide, like I said, if you want to be mainstream. Like, I want us to stop being upset that some, like, face it, some people, black, white, whatever, want to be mainstream. They want to live in the Matrix. Do you remember the movie The Matrix? And that one character was like, I want the steak. I know the steak is fake, but I want the steak. So I would like for us to live in a world where we make a space where if people want to pretend and be in the Matrix and eat the steak, let them eat the steak. Like, you're being your oppressor to tell people what they can and cannot believe, and you have to believe. I want us all to be free to do whatever we want to do, and that means people need the space to, you know, pretend to eat the steak.
Joy, you are a piece of work. You know that.
A
You
piece
know
of
that.
work. I can't figure out if that's a read or not. Are you clowning? No, I'm just playing.
Oh, what now? Do you listen to Roland Martin sometime?
Yeah, I do.
Now, what do you
He's
think
in
about
rotation.
this? This be our last little subject because it's almost been an hour. Can you believe that? What do you think about him having that debate with that 21-year-old?
Unpopular opinion.
Oh
On its way.
shit! Here we
Unpopular
go. We finna
opinion
go out with a
on its
bang.
way. Unpopular opinion on its way. Listen, I don't like the way Roland was speaking to that young man. I don't like the way he was speaking to that young man. I think this young man, although I do not 100% agree with any conservative, I don't think that he's saying anything wrong. I think he's for the people. He has the right to believe what he wants to believe politically. And more importantly, he's putting his money where his mouth is, and he's doing things that make a change in his community, in our community, and that help to fight systemic racism. So I don't appreciate Roland talking to him crazy, because he's not the problem. Talk to Lil Baby and young Dizzy Bop Bebop crazy. Talk to the people that are poisoning our kids crazy. Don't talk to a 21-year-old that is changing the world for the better crazy. So that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
But Roland
here you
is
go.
absolutely correct. And if he had came at the guy differently, he would have been able to give that young man some knowledge to make him even more powerful on his journey. But Roland, to me, got caught up in being right. He got caught up in that division that we are, like, for some reason so attracted to in our community, because he's all like, just like, I'm right, I'm right. And Randall's like, this isn't our fight. And Roland was like, it is your fight. It is your fight, because yes, it is. And you know how he gets all into it. But if he had not been so aggressive, he could have tried to explain what we've all been trying to teach from the other side, which is, I get it. I get that you want us to stand on our own as Black people. But in reality, unless the plan is Marcus Garvey aligned, where you're going to get on a ship and leave, or you're going to start a revolution and become autonomous, you cannot make the mistake of not doing both. It's not either or. Y'all are both right. We need to stand on our own. We need to limit our dependence. But as long as we live in this country, you would be a fool not to participate in the political system that affects your life from the moment you take your first breath to the day you die. Period. You're always going to encounter government. I like the example that he gave him. Like, how can you say that you're for small government or from getting away from the government when you're running a school? You want to get accredited by what state? You want national accreditation? Government. You want your school to be open, like people can come in it? Then you need permits. Government. You need licenses for those school buses. Government. Everything
exactly.
is government. So for you to tell people, oh, the voting isn't my fight, stop saying that. Both are true. We need young men like him multiply. We need people like him caring. We need people like him to at 21 to invest time in pouring into young Black men and not posing for the gram and doing all this dumb shit NBA whoop wop is doing. So I'm like, Roland, stop.
Oh my God.
He's breaking the kid down. Like, just put the young man up on game. Like, young man, we need both. We will win our fight if people like you understand we need both in order for your school to work. Because otherwise, we're going to just keep building Rosewoods. We're going to just keep building Black Wall Street, and they're going to get burned down because we're not working on the other side to topple the system. So we can try to separate and be in our own little bubble, and then all white people have to do is say, not white people, but you know what I mean, all the oppression has to do is say, we finna build a freeway through this shit. Government, you see what I'm saying? It's like, you can do what you want and build what you want, but if you don't try to fight the system from within and do both, it doesn't matter. That's why they got rid of Rosewood. All they have to do is knock the shit down. What are you going to do? Nothing. Because you have no representation in any part of this government. You won't vote. You don't know. You've heard this from me before. So that, like I said, they're both right. But Roland, no, he dead wrong for get back on that little boy. But what's the king?
King Randall.
Rudolph Randall. So I'm sorry. He held his own. He held his own. But he also suffers from having to pick a side. I hate that he has to stand on that platform of being a conservative and he has to then, defend other conservative point of views. It's like, why can't I just be a young man that wants to do good, can do good, and is doing good? Why does he have to be defined by, I'm a conservative, so, oh, you're a conservative like Candace Owens? No, I'm me, and I have conservative views, and I'm doing good shit for the community, and leave me alone, and stop trying to make me choose a side.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about Roland, man.
Of conservative, of liberal, I'm Pan-African. I told y'all, one day we're going to get there. One day we're going to get there. Stop throwing yourself in the category that's the box that you're trying to break out of, but you're so quick to define yourself in the box. We're gonna get there, because look at King, that's the youth. So if he got that, he's not the only one of him. You see what I'm saying? So I felt like happy listening to it. Like, I was like, Roland, don't do that. But then I thought to myself, look at this little boy. I feel confident in the future because this other King Randall's. If we could just get him to see through the bullshit Roland was giving him. Like, did you see how he was talking to him, or that's just me?
No, I seen it, and he kept on saying, "Hey, I feel what he said. You right." He kept on telling me right, but he said that's not his expertise. Basically, he said the body is made out of so many parts. I got other people for that. You know what I'm saying? And Roland would just kept on just attacking him.
Yeah, like attacking him, like, trying to make him seem like he's stupid. Like, you don't have to do, as a teacher, you're not stupid for what you don't know. Like, that's not what that's about. You don't teach somebody something because you know everything and they know nothing. It's just we don't have any power. Let me see. We might have to wrap it up because my phone is about to hang up on you. I can't see you anymore. Can you see me?
What's that?
Right. Well, I think I'm gonna hang up because my phone is about to die.
Okay, I listen. We'll touch bases, and I get up with you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end it. I can hear you, but it just sounds like Charlie Brown. Like, but this was fun. Peace, everybody. Thank you for letting me come on your platform.
It's all good. Anytime. I get up with you.
Kind of maybe one day we could be friends. I'm trying to kick it with you, ladies. I got my feet up. I'm trying to kick it with you. Don't be mad at me in the comments now.
Okay. You might want to hang up because his phone about to die. Mine is too.
Later.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you taking your time out, being there for the whole lecture, whatever. That was all good. I said lecture. I appreciate that, son. Word. But yeah, appreciate the time with Miss Cotton, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all got to give her props, man. That is my dog. She opens my mind up. I might not agree with her 100%, but she get me looking at other people's perspectives, and that's a good thing because you start to elevate your opinion. As I should say. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. I get up with y'all later on. Peace and the ball of hackers, people. Hey, Dizzle.